Hi, what's going on, everybody? It's Star, and have you guys seen the Amazing Digital Circus pilot? I know it's been out for a minute now, but let me tell you, I absolutely love that pilot. I love everything that has to do with it. I love the characters. I love the designs. I love how wacky everything is. It's extremely fun. Me and my boyfriend just sat and randomly watched the full thing one day, and we were just reacting to it, and it was really fun, and we just really enjoyed everything about it. I think his favorite character is Jax, and I think my favorite character is Ragatha. I'm just really into this show right now, and I've been seeing a lot of fan art and a lot of different OCs and stuff like that. Recently, I've been drawing some OCs for the pilot, and I got an idea to draw a couple of more. I've been looking around at a lot of different art that had to do with the pilot and a lot of different OCs that other people were making, and I just got really inspired to make a couple of OCs, so I decided to compile them all into a video. So without further ado, let's get right into the process. So in the pilot, I noticed the theme for the types of characters that end up there, as well as the theme that most artists are going for when they're making characters for the show. The characters are either based on a toy or a game, something that's actually in a circus, or something that's just weird and uncanny. That being said, for this video, all the characters I make are going to be based on toys. In the next video, I'll probably focus more on things that are actually in the circus and so on until I'm done. If you guys actually want to see me do more videos on characters for the Amazing Digital Circus, please let me know by hitting that like button and leaving a comment. I love reading y'all's comments, so don't hesitate to leave me one. Also, do y'all know that the like button glows every time a YouTuber says like button? That's kind of neat to me, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, that's not the point, we're moving on. So the first set of characters I have here are two twin sisters. Their names are Laffy and Taffy, and I based them off of those wind-up ballerina dolls. Now these two are probably going to be permanent OCs that I'll draw more often, which is why I spent a bit longer on them. I also made an extra expression sheet / pose sheet for them that you're also going to see in a little bit. And the dynamic is pretty sweet. So Taffy is more of a sourpuss. She doesn't spend much time goofing around, nor does she care about making friends with anybody that's in the circus. She's not necessarily mean, but she's not nice either. She keeps to herself and only really talks to her sister consistently. And when she's not doing that, she's either reading books or searching for clues that lead to an escape from the circus. She tends to break things or discover stuff she's not supposed to, so sometimes it's hard for her to search because Kane keeps an eye on her. She's also very protective of Laffy and keeps close most of the time. As for Laffy, she's a very, very kind person. She talks a lot and very often to the other members of the circus and tries to get on everyone's good side, especially Kane. Deep down, Laffy is terrified of being in the circus. She sees it as a prison, like some sort of punishment for any bad deeds she's committed in her life. So she tries to be kind and hopes that doing that eventually will lead her and her sister to an escape route. Like, she can butter Kane up to letting them go. Laffy is actually interested in dancing, so that's what she does in her spare time. She also sings and spends time telling her sister and other people that's a part of the circus stories. Since she doesn't have memories, she usually just makes things up. Here, I'll be talking about their relationships with other characters. So, like I said, Taffy is not interested in making friends, but she gets along decently with Pomni. They both seem to have a similar mindset when it comes to escaping, so they tend to spend a lot of time together sneaking around and searching. The only thing she doesn't like is how jittery Pomni is. She thinks she's way too sensitive and needs to gain some backbone if they want to get out of here. Everyone else, she's just really neutral towards except Jax. Taffy absolutely hates Jax. She thinks he's an asshole and will kick him in the teeth at any given opportunity. That's all I have to say on that. Laffy usually gets along with everyone, but is particularly fond of Gangle and Kinger. Like I said, she tells stories a lot, and those two are most fond of her tales. They're both the most anxiety-ridden, so it helps to calm them down very well. A lot of the time, Laffy even goes to Gangle's room and tells her bedtime stories so she can get to sleep better. As for Kane, she sort of kisses up to him and compliments him whenever he comes around, as well as listens to his directions perfectly. And he just eats that up. He doesn't much realize what Laffy is trying to do and just takes the compliments. In reality, though, Laffy doesn't trust Kane and thinks he's some sort of devil that's punishing her and her sister. And that's the end of the first two designs. We have a regular old Laffy and Taffy, and we have their little expression slash pose sheet. So let's move on to the next character. Alright, this character was hella fun to create. This second character's name is Ditto, and she's based off of one of those Zoomer puppies. I actually had one of these puppies when I was a kid, and it was just pink and white instead of these weird colors. And this girly is a pop star. She's very bubbly and talkative and loves attention. She constantly wants everyone's eyes on her and is always in everyone's face trying to get them to look at her. She really thinks she's the ringmaster instead of Kane, and she's constantly stealing his shine and performing songs and dance routines for everybody very often. She thinks that the circus is some sort of fever dream, a place of paradise where she can do what she wants and be the star she always wanted to be. Basically, she's delusional. Don't mind her. She doesn't have a mouth, so her voice, as well as any music she plays for her performances, come out of a radio that's built into her chest. She also gets around the place with roller skates, which I put there to showcase the little roll balls on the puppy's feet. Her eyes are also LED lights that shine properly to showcase emotions and stuff. Also had the idea to have a control panel on her back, but that makes her more robotic, and I didn't want her to be that robotic. In her spare time, when she's not performing, she's practicing her singing voice and practicing different instruments. Alright, and this is the final result for Ditto. Now, let's move on to the last character. Our third and final character's name is 11, and he's based off of this little thing, the Tamagotchi, and this guy is definitely more of a robot. He's not much of a talker, he just sort of stays to himself and isn't particularly close to anybody in the circus. People barely remember he's even there because He refuses to be perceived by anybody. He sees being trapped in the circus as an opportunity to finally be left alone and enjoy some peace and quiet, since it was really easy for him to become invisible shortly after he arrived. He spends most of his time in his room playing games on his little screen and sleeping. Speaking of screens, his eyes are usually displayed on his little screen visor, as well as several different games in a Tamagotchi-style game. And since his room is dark and he's constantly looking at his screen, his eyesight is pretty bad, and he can't really see things that are right in front of him that well. And that's it. We've made it to the end. These are my 3 beautiful little amazing digital circus characters, and I enjoy doing these so very much. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more videos on this. I would love to do some more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. There's been a lot of talk about the Major Digital Circus fandom and about how it's starting to crash a little bit, and people are worried about how it's going to end up, bad and stuff. But I have faith. I have very high hopes for the future with this show and where it's going. It is amazing so far. The animation is just amazing. The style, everything is so clean, and the animation is so smooth, and it's so pretty and bright and everything. And I feel like that the creator is doing an amazing thing, and they've made an amazing thing, and they're doing a very good job so far with everything. I'm very, into that. And I'm just happy with this, and I'm very excited for where it's going to go in the future. I'm just keeping a close eye on everything lately and trying to see, what's new things are coming out. I love the art that the creator is showcasing on their Twitter and stuff. I love that. Oh, yeah, also, the video hit like 1 million views, I think they were talking about, and it's probably a little bit more than that now. That might have been, I think that was a little bit ago that it hit 1 million views, but it hit 1 million. So at least that, and that's just crazy to me. It became so popular automatically. Like as soon as it came out, people were all over it, and people just fell in love with it. And I don't blame anybody. It is a great thing. I just love it. I just love everything about it. And when I love something a lot, it's very hard for me to articulate my feelings in an intelligent manner. But I just love this show a whole lot, and I really wanted to create a couple of OCs for it. I was only planning on doing Laffy and Taffy, but I was looking around for some inspiration for those characters, and I just saw a whole bunch of art, and I was just super duper inspired, and I was like, I gotta make more. And eventually I'll probably just end up doing more characters based off of more concepts later on, even though I was saying, you know, like comics and stuff like that. I probably will end up doing it eventually anyway, because I just really love it, and I really love making characters for this show. So yeah, just stay tuned for something like that. I'll probably end up putting something like that out eventually. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Bye. Thanks for watching.